It has been almost 2 years since the Ford government appointed a supervisor for the Peel District School Board as it grappled with systemic racism. Students were paying the price, caught in a system that failed to properly support them. So where do things stand now? Here's the report card.
I remember going to a workshop in the board, and a student said, there was a white kid that gave a joke and everybody laughed. It was inappropriate and disruptive. A black kid gave the very same joke about 30 minutes in the class, and he was told, you and your monkey friends better settle down.
That is one example of racism embedded in the culture at the Peel District School Board that Cathy McDonald can give. She has so many more.
You have guidance counselors telling our children, you should be a plumber because university is above your destiny, right? And then you said, you know what? You are destined to be a baby mama.
In June 2020, the community held a march demanding change, but change wasn't happening. Several reviews and an external investigation found black students were being streamed away from university, suspended at higher rates, and were targets of degrading and racist comments made by principals and teachers. After another report declared the board was dysfunctional, the education minister appointed a supervisor to oversee it. Bruce Rodriguez, a veteran educator who was once director of the Toronto Catholic Board.
Would you call it racism? Outright racism?
Absolutely, yep.
Since Rodriguez took over, the director of education has been replaced. Many staff have left, including principals, vice principals, and superintendents. He will not call it cleaning house, but it certainly looks like the end result. There is also a new, determined effort to hire more diversity.
Peel is the most diverse and perhaps even the most complex in terms of its needs in the country.
Roughly 80% of Peel students are racialized, yet about 80% of staff in the board are white. McDonald believes that results in biased decision-making.
In South Mississauga, a little under 400 gifted spots, but in Brampton, where most of our students come from, you have around 60, definitely not more than about 80 of these same gifted spots.
McDonald also points to the disparity in playgrounds. She compares this one at a school in a wealthier, less diverse community to this one in Brampton. Rodriguez does not disagree there has been a disparity in how capital dollars have been spent.
Why has it taken so long to address this and make change?
We're just kind of getting to that point where we are starting to recognize that these are systemic issues.
The positive news is for the first time, McDonald has hope change is finally happening, starting with written policies that hold educators accountable for how students are treated, and a process for staff and students to report racism, something that did not exist before. McDonald believes the culture of complicity and fear is being replaced by one of empowerment to speak up.
I am grateful that I see changes that are no longer allowing for these type of incidents to go unreported.
But there is still a very long way to go. The education minister issued 27 directives that had to be completed before the board could regain control. In 2 years, 9 out of the 27 have been completed. A few more are partially complete. In August, 9 trustees signed an open letter asking for the end to the provincial supervision. Cathy McDonald refused to sign it. The education minister refused. In fact, he has extended the supervisor's stay.